When you think of Nazis, the first thing that probably comes to mind is their terrible atrocities, but it's easy to forget that they were also a very stylish group of people. In this video, we'll take a look at why Nazis were so stylish and how they used fashion to further their political goals. We'll also explore how Nazi fashion has been appropriated by some people in the present day. So whether you're interested in history or fashion, this video is sure to be enlightening. Female dress had already been a source of contention in Germany in the decade before the Third Reich. Conservative opponents shouted against degenerate cosmetics and apparel, which they called as jewified, masculinized, French-dominated, and poisonous in response to the Garçonne style that had been fashionable in the post-World War I years. They also chastised trendsetters for foisting such awful, unsuitable clothing on naive female shoppers. Short hair, lower hemlines, jeans, and obvious cosmetics were all said to be contributing to the moral deterioration of German women. French clothes were said to be bad for German women, both morally and physically, and that German designers needed to create total independence from the evil French influence on female fashion. The hazardous American vamp or Hollywood image that young German women were stupidly emulating with penciled brows, heavily lined eyes, painted red lips, and provocative attire was also condemned. Furthermore, by the mid-1920s, Berlin had established itself as an international fashion capital, particularly for ready-to-wear women's clothes and outerwear. Diatribes in pro-Nazi publications polemicized against the crushing Jewish presence in the German fashion industry, which was blamed for both ruining economic opportunities for the Aryan middle class and conspiring to destroy feminine dignity by producing immoral, whorish fashions for German women. Critics said that only the construction of a distinct German fashion could stop the downward trend in female beauty. However, that phrase was never properly defined. Throughout the 1920s and early 1930s, such reactionary, anti-Semitic, and rabidly patriotic statements were repeated on several times, such that by the time the Nazi Party came to power in 1933, the case was apparent. In the Third Reich, only German clothes, primarily Aryan-designed and made apparel, were acceptable for ladies. The eradication of French and notably Jewish influences from the German fashion industry was necessary for racially suitable apparel. To that goal, numerous long-standing German apparel manufacturers and producers formed the ADIFA in May 1933. The group's goal was to exclude Jews from all aspects of the fashion business. ADIFA succeeded in removing all Jews from the German fashion world in January 1939 via a mixture of immense pressure, boycotts, economic penalties, illegal buyouts, forced liquidations, and the systematic expulsion and persecution of many Jews. The Deutsche Mode Institute, which was the German Fashion Institute, was also established in 1933, with substantial support from the Ministry of Propaganda and other government institutions. Its mission was to achieve fashion independence from French influence, to unify the various aspects of fashion creation and fashion production in the German clothing industry, and to create a unique German fashion that would bring the Third Reich international acclaim and financial rewards through its designs. The German Fashion Institute never achieved any of its objectives because it was plagued by internal disagreements and was granted little practical authority. The image most often adopted by German women not only competed with these two state-sponsored products, but also frequently clashed with either the party's rhetoric or programs. While Nazi loyalists tirelessly promoted the natural appearance and distinct German fashion, neither was enthusiastically accepted by most women in the Third Reich. Instead, they acquired the latest cosmetics, experimented with new haircuts, and dressed in variants of the same trends as ladies in France, England, and America. Popular publications carried articles that displayed cosmetic procedures, sold face creams, tanning lotions, and hair colors, and provided ideas on how to appear like Hollywood stars like Greta Garbo, Jean Harlow, and Katharine Hepburn. Photos in fashion magazines showed the latest fashions from Parisian and American couturiers, alongside tastefully stylish creations from Berlin's greatest designers. To the chagrin of Nazi hardliners, well-known German fashion institutions such as the Deutsche Meisterschule für Mode in Munich and the Frankfurter Modeamt in Frankfurt abandoned the Dirndl image in favor of foreign influences and feminine market needs. Sewing patterns with which to duplicate popular trends were readily accessible and cheap for those ladies who could not afford to buy their attire from dress salons or department shops. So it took some effort for the Germans to eradicate Jewish presence from their apparel business. We are eager to hear your views in the comment section below. Well, that's it from today's video. If you liked the video, make sure to like it. Also subscribe to the channel to get more of these kinds of informative videos and hit the bell icon so you will be notified.